everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a requested video on the Gothic electronic bands that I listen to. Now for me this is an amazing video to make, but unfortunately YouTube doesn't agree with sharing music. So I am talking about the bands in the video, but I will not be including any music, not to have this video blocked in any countries at all. What I am doing is listing them all in the description box and having a link to one of their YouTube clips, one of my favorite songs by that band. I'm pretty sure all of these bands are also on Spotify. It is where I listen to most of my music. What I like to do is just click on a band, go to one of their songs, and then have a random list generated from that. That is how I discover most new music, and of course of DJ sets of DJs that I enjoy. But now without further ado, let's get started. This is also not everything that I listen to, these are just some of my favorite bands. The first band that I really love is Ashbury Heights. They are a gothic electronic band with lots of really melodic influences. And I think my favorite song by them has to be Phantasmagoria, but I also really love the very first album, Three Cheers for New Romance, I think it's called. That was my favorite, but I think the song Phantasmagoria from one of the later albums must be my current favorite song by them. Then we have Aesthetic Perfection, and I think I have mentioned Aesthetic Perfection in my previous videos as well. This is one of my all-time favorite bands. Daniel Graves is such a talented musician. I really love his music. This is more of a future pop electronic music. The next band on my list is Orphea, and Orphea is actually a female-fronted group. I'm not sure if she is a band or if she does everything herself. I really like her music. She has one song in particular that I really love from her latest album. It is Feed Her to the Wolves. The next band on my list is And One, and And One is one of my all-time favorite bands, live as well as on CD. Their CD Body Pop is one of my all-time favorites, and I just love their cover of the song Blue Monday. And then a not-so-known band also with a is Accessory. Their song Squeeze My Heart has been on my phone, on my limited music for a very long time. It is a song that I really enjoy. Then we have the band Combi Christ, and Combi Christ is for me kind of in between metal and electronic music depending on the album that I bring out. I really enjoy a lot of their music, but I really like their electronic songs more, and I think my personal favorite song has to be Tractor. It's not as known, but I really enjoy it. The next band on my list is Grendel. Grendel is a Dutch band, so they are really close to us. I have seen Grendel live at least 4 times, and I think the song Chemicals and Circuitry is my favorite. And the next band on my list is Shiver, or Shiv-R, as you will write it. This is a band that makes electronic music that is melodic electronic, but also very harsh beats. It's really hard to describe these bands, you just have to listen to them. My favorite song by them is Eye of the Needle. Then one of the classic bands in my list is Feindflug. Feindflug hasn't been making music for at least 5 years, which is a real pity because I so much enjoy their music. It is very highly military inspired, and if you look up the song Gulag, you can actually find a video clip of the Russian army parade on that song, and it's really fitting. Then we have the band Horsch, which is a French band. It's a bit slower than most of the electronic music I listen to, and I think the song Damage the Ropes is my favorite. Then of course Suicide Commando. This Belgium-based band has been around for years and years and years. I think the song Seen You in Hell is the most popular one, but I personally really love The Pain That You Like from their new release. Then 2 bands that are actually the same person but having 2 side projects. The first band is called X Fusion and the other band is called Noise of X, so it's the same name but turned the way around. And I think Intellectually Retarded by Noise of X is my favorite song of both of these together. Commercial War by X Fusion is also super good. Then we have the band that is still around and that is just releasing their new album. They are called XRX, and they are more of a harsh electronic style that is meant for clubbing. It is definitely music that I prefer going out to than just casually listening to, and I think the song Kein Herz is my personal favorite. Then we have a band that has announced for the I don't know how many time that they're gonna stop. It is Wumpscut. Wumpscut has been around for many years. He's announced that he was gonna stop a few times and he came back eventually. My favorite song by him is Soylent Green. And then another band that has been around for a very long time is called Hachiko. I think they are personally really good in their original Hachiko band. Bienvenido a la Maldad, I think you have to pronounce it like that, is one of my favorite current songs by them. And I also have a side project which is called Dulce Liquidos. Next person on my list is Sebastian Komor and his main project Komor Commando. This is really hard electronic music. I don't know how to describe it better than this. My favorite song by him is Love Your Neighbor, but he has recently released another album that was really good as well. He also works really closely with Zombie Girl. Zombie Girl is actually his project with another singer, if I'm not mistaken. I also really love Zombie Girl, and my favorite song by her is Gonna Getcha. The next band on my list is Russian band Too Dead to Die, and their song Another Sin is my favorite by them. The only thing that I sometimes struggle with is the pronunciation of the English. Then we have another Belgian band called Psaevia. Psaevia has switched singers, and I personally am not a big fan of the new singer. I preferred Emily. Their song OK, and especially the mic remix, is my all-time favorite by them. Then we have the band ESC, or Eden Synthetic Corpse. They are an American band, if I'm not mistaken, and my personal favorite song by them is The Northern Hunter, but the entire album where that song comes from is super good. Then we have the band Modulate, and my all-time favorite song by Modulate will be Boombox, but Robot has a close follow-up to that song. Modulate is a band that I have seen live, I think 2 or 3 times, and it was a super awesome party every single time. This is really danceable music. Then we have Soman, and Soman is really rave-inspired electronic music. This is music that you will have an entire party dancing to the entire night. Soman's favorite song for me is Mask, but also Pusher is a close second. I really love this band. Then we have the band Imperative Reaction. They are a more melodic electronic band. Their song As We Fall is my favorite, and they have a more guitar-influenced sound. Next we have the band Rotersand, and Rotersand has been around for many years. Their newer songs don't appeal to me as much. I think Exterminate, Annihilate, Destroy will be my all-time favorite of them, but my boyfriend really enjoys them, and Just Sales of the new album is also very good. Next in line is the band Sam, and Sam are 2 brothers from Germany, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen them live and it is really super awesome. And their song High as Hell is one of my favorites by them. Next band on this list is a controversial band because not everyone likes them. It is Faderhead. I personally love Faderhead because I go clubbing to his music so often. Dirty Girls, Dirty Boys will be one of my favorites. And then we're almost at the end of my list. The next band is God Module. God Module is a band that has a more softer style. I think The Source has to be my favorite song by them. Then we have the American band FGFC 820. Their favorite song for me has to be God and Country. I haven't seen them live yet, but I've heard really good things about them, especially from people in America. Personally here, if you go out to German parties, you will hear their music a lot. Then the band Krom, or Chrome, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it is Krom, I think. Their song Regret and Testify is one of my favorites by them. It is more softer electronic music. So these were some of my favorite electronic goth bands. I will be listing everything down below as per usual. If you cannot find certain songs on YouTube, I would highly recommend having a look at Spotify, because I find most of my music on Spotify because YouTube starts to block more and more here in Belgium. I would love to know what are the bands that you personally listen to. Do you listen to a lot of the same as my music, or do you listen to something completely different? I would love to discover some new music, so if you have any recommendations for me, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Bye!